Well, hello everybody and welcome back to the channel, friends. I'm so excited today. I finally get to right a wrong. I finally get to start the original series of the Twilight Zone. I realized during my reaction channel journey that I've never seen a black and white Twilight Zone, and any Twilight Zones that I'm recalling from my youth were from the reboot in the 80s. So again, it is time now to change all of that, to correct and right a wrong, and to see a classic bit of science fiction in the form of the original series of The Twilight Zone, specifically Season 1, Episode 1, Where is Everybody? I can't wait, friends, so wait no longer, we shall. If you could do me a favor, hit that like button, smash that subscribe, ring that bell for notifications. It greatly helps out a small channel, and it allows me to alert you next time it's time for The Twilight Zone or any of our sci-fi fare. And of course, if there's anything that we do that you would like early or in its full-length format, the link to our Patreon is in the description. And if you're not a fan of Patreon, consider YouTube memberships. You'll get all of our episodes at least a day early. But my dear friends, all that is then and this is now, and now it's time to start a journey as we watch The Twilight Zone, Season 1, Episode 1, Where is Everybody? Prepare to engage maximum warp reaction. And for the first time this series, away we go! So excited.
And it lies between the pit of man's fears and the summit of his knowledge.
So good.
It is an area which we call the Twilight Zone.
I've never heard the original intro.
The place is here. The time is now. And the journey into the shadows that we're about to watch could be our journey.
Oh, that's so cool. Cold out. Oh, just, yeah, help yourself.
Hey, got a customer out front. Customer.
Okay, so a kettle's on, there are pies baking, the music's playing.
Have an egg.
Now, did that clock break?
Ham and eggs over easy hash brown. Hungry cash customer. Well, we got that much settled. I'm an American. You see, there's some question about my identity.
Really?
That's why I'm not sure who I am. But I got $2.85 and I'm hungry. That much is established. I'm gonna wake up in a minute. I know it. I'm gonna wake up.
I like this guy. So he doesn't know who he is. Obviously doesn't know where he is then. So there was a town up ahead. He's got 285. I'm assuming he didn't leave any. An American that he recognizes as American currency. Looks like my hometown. No shit. I really like the detail you get in black and white.
Hey, miss?
No, that's like a mannequin.
It's the craziest thing, but I've looked and I haven't seen anybody around. Maybe they're all asleep or something, but... well, literally, there hasn't been a soul.
It looked like a...
It's just that I don't seem to remember who I am. Well, it's a real oddball thing.
What happened to him?
Well, I didn't exactly wake up. I just found myself out on that road, walking.
It's the first thing you can remember?
You're the first person I've seen. Look, I really don't want you to be frightened or anything, but I was wondering if there's a doctor or...
I hope to God this isn't one of those, like, towns where they test nukes. It seems way too built up for that. Store mannequins. Okay. C-L-A-I-R-S? Delivery entrance? Or am I reading? Everybody's like, Greg, that says something completely different. I don't have my reading glasses on. It's a telephone booth. Try calling the operator or police. No keys.
You haven't got the ignition key, have you, Dal?
Check the visor. That's what I was talking about. Cortez?
Hello? Operator? Operator!
This would be so freaky.
Operator, will you listen to me, please?
This is the special operator. The number you have reached is not a working number. Please make sure that...
Are you out of your heads down there? I didn't dial a number. I dialed the operator.
Yeah, he just dialed 0.
Operator, look.
The number
All I
you
want to
have
know is
reached
where I am.
not a working number.
Look, please, can you...
Please make sure that you have...
Well, everything's in English. He has American money, so we assume he's in America. Oakwood, alphabet, Oakwood. There we go, there we go.
A gang who's watching the store.
That's a cool shot. Let's not turn into a looter. This could be some type of test. Battle him.
All right, who's the wise guy who locked the door?
Are you serious?
How about a hand, somebody? A little assistance. How about it?
So is it a trap?
This is an absolutely hysterical town, and I'm growing very fond of it. This isn't funny anymore.
Well, it looks like you can break out of it. Yeah, I was gonna say, pull it back towards you, dude. That's how I thought they... This is crazy. This is exactly what I wanted. This is exactly what I wanted.
I wish I could shake that crazy feeling of being watched. Listen to.
It's like they're testing you, dude. Like there's somebody else watching you and they're testing you.
Calling all cars, calling all cars. Unknown man walking around police station. Suspicious looking character.
Look at the typewriter. Is that like a cigarette burning? Cigar. Dude. Dude, don't go in there. Somebody was literally shaving.
Time to wake up now. Time to wake up now.
Dude. Yeah, man. Let's get out of the prison.
Where is everybody?
I love this. This is so good. Dude, in the 50s, someone's ringing that bell. But it's like if there is somebody watching him, they're doing things to like lure him different places. The telephone, ringing bell. Like, are they testing like his morality? Like, will he like...
Anybody want a Sunday?
Will he steal? Will he...
I'm sorry, old buddy. I don't recollect the name. The face is vaguely familiar, but the name escapes me.
Check your pockets, man.
I'm in the middle of a nightmare I can't wake up from. And you're part of it.
Huh.
But there's more of gravy than of grave about you. You see, that's what you are. You're what I had for dinner last night.
Giving him a dream.
Well, I must be a very imaginative guy. Nobody in the whole bloody world can have a dream as complete as mine.
Allerton, Corinth, Manchester. These are nothing I recognize as far as... Get newspaper, dude. Get a newspaper. It's all the same book. Does it say February 59? It's just that rack, though. The rest of them have different things. You gotta find some place to stay, bud. See, they're drawing him into certain places. Rock Hudson.
Air Force.
Yeah, you're certainly dressed the same.
Air Force. I'm Air Force.
Really?
Hey, I'm in the Air Force! I'm in the Air Force! Hey, everybody, I'm in the Air Force!
This guy's doing a great job. Somebody started that projector, dude.
Can't you see me?
Great shot. Love that. So good. That was amazing. That was so well done. Oh, that was the shot. That was the shot and a half right there. Well, if you wanted him to break down.
Help me. Help me. Help me. Please help me. Help me. Help me.
Oh, it's so sad.
Please, somebody help me.
Help me! Please, somebody help me! Somebody's looking at me! Somebody's watching me! Help me! Please help me! Help me! Help me!
You sons of bitches.
Help me! Somebody's looking at me! Please help me! Help me!
Clock him.
Please, somebody help me! Somebody's looking at me! Somebody's watching me! Help me!
Get him out of there.
Help me!
Quick.
Help me! Help me!
Release the subject on the double.
What the hell?
Be careful, Colonel. Don't cut his hand. The glass on the clock is broken.
I can see that, Sergeant.
Hurry up and help him, man. Pull that shit off of him.
He's coming out of it now.
Fine. Did you get all the data recorded?
Yes, sir, every bit of it.
Why,
Get a timing
though?
on him.
484 hours, 36 minutes.
Good.
The man was confined alone in a box for something in the neighborhood of 484 hours. That's roughly equivalent to a trip to the moon, several orbits, and return. What happened to him is that he cracked. Delusions of some kind, we assume. But let me tell you all something, gentlemen.
484 hours.
We're confined in a box 5 feet square for 2.5 weeks without hearing a human voice other than your own. I'll give you especially good odds that your imagination would run away with you, too.
What was the matter with me, Doc? Just off my rocker, huh?
Just a kind of a nightmare that your mind manufactured for you.
That's a hell of a nightmare.
We can pump oxygen in and waste material out. But there's one thing we can't simulate. That's a very basic need.
Companionship.
Man's hunger for companionship. The barrier of loneliness. That's one thing we haven't licked yet.
Next time it won't be just a box and a hanger, will it?
No, Mike.
Mike.
Next time you'll really be alone.
So is this in preparation for a moon trip?
Don't go way up there. Next time it won't be a dream or a nightmare. Next time it'll be for real.
Up there in the vastness of space, in the void that is sky, up there is an enemy known as isolation.
Oh, wow.
It sits there in the stars waiting, waiting with the patience of eons, forever waiting in the Twilight Zone.
What an interesting... I didn't see that coming
Next
at all.
week, I'll have a reunion with a unique talent and a valued friend. Playing an old pitchman who sells mechanical toys like this, but whose competition is Mr. Death. We hope you'll join us then. Thank you and good night.
Holy shit. Oh my God, what a pitch. All right, everybody, we just finished the premiere episode of The Twilight Zone, Season 1, Episode 1, Where is Everybody? And the only thing left to do is talk about it. All right, everybody, we just finished Where is Everybody? The very first episode of the first season of The Twilight Zone. This is exactly what I was hoping for. You know, again, I love the idea. You all know that if you've watched The Expanse and the My Babylon 5 reaction, well, anything, throw me into something. Don't tell me where we are, what we're doing, or give me any backstory. I'll catch up. And if you don't, that information isn't there, like in this episode, just start to come up with stuff. And I thought that this was an incredibly interesting episode. Initially, I was thinking, because he couldn't remember who he was, I was thinking this is some sort of test. Like they're going to see like a morality test to see if he would start stealing, maybe. Like if he would fall into like barbarism, like the farther he went, you know, would he, how long would it take to lose his mind? Which is, I guess, one of the things they actually were gauging on. But the idea that this was all preparation for a lunar trip, Oh my God, that is so cool. And then, put it into context, because space and the moon was such an objective, you know what I mean? And we were, to my knowledge, we're still before Kennedy says, declares the space race and things like that. This is such an interesting, because we are 59, yeah, of course. So, this is so interesting to me because, there's still that goal in the sky that hasn't been captured yet. And this was like one of the ways that they were going about their, setting things up to, make that moon shot, that lunar shot. Really, really cool. Now, if this is the guy, so he had first billing in the credits, Earl Holliman. I thought he did a fantastic job. I thought he did a great job. I think that, essentially he was a one-man show for this, which, pardon my French, the balls on Rod Serling and everybody else that's in the creative team for the Twilight Zone. We're going to have our very first episode of an unknown property that is already sort of a niche type of thing in science fiction. We are not going to have an ensemble cast. We're going to tell the audience nothing about what's going on. We're going to have one guy. We're going to have, for the most part, one guy is going to be the entirety of this premiere episode of The Twilight Zone. To me, that is the absolute definition of risky. And I love it because you're taking risks, you're doing things, and obviously they're rewarded for it as they became a cultural phenomenon. Unreal. It was just, again, very simple. There was nothing sinister about this episode per se, especially when you know exactly what they're doing. It was all a test. They were essentially in a laboratory observing a sleeping, whatever, patient or whatnot who was going through these things. It was a controlled environment. And so, there was no real danger other than potential like psychosis, I guess, and psychological damage. And it was all a test by the military to see what the human body could take under these particular circumstances. And, again, preparation for the moonshot. But I just think that it was such a simple premise that doesn't define itself quickly. You can't look at it and go, I bet you they're working on a moon mission. That's obviously what's going on here. It was shrouded in utter mystery, but then when it's revealed, you're like, oh, okay, so this guy just created this place. The reason why he couldn't talk to anybody, he was in a box by himself. It's brilliant in its simplicity, and that's exactly what I was hoping for. Well, you all know when I was doing my pre-production for this episode, I like to get everything ready, know exactly what my timestamps are and everything. And I looked up this episode and it said 25 minutes, 30 seconds. Full disclosure, friends, I thought this was an hour-long show. I really did. And so when I saw that initially a couple days ago, I was like, oh my God, 20 minutes? They've got 20 minutes to tell a story here. I knew at that time that they were just basically going to be whatever was the big reveal, the Twilight Zone twist, things that I remember from watching Twilight. All right, friends, so I just had to cut out a segment because I realized that I was explaining the things that I remember from Twilight Zone, where if somebody out there hasn't watched Twilight Zone, I'm ruining very good moments. So I will tell you this as generically as possible. The things that I remember from Twilight Zone, for the most part, it's the movie that was in the 80s. My buddies and I watched the movie several times. Now, the movie is segmented into different stories and chapters, really, kind of like an anthology. And I was told that that movie is representative and kind of reworked from original episodes. When we get to those episodes, and if I remember, I will let you all know that, oh, okay, I know this story from the movie, but who's to say it's not changed or different or something like that? So, and again, when I mean I remember them from the movie, the last time I watched Twilight Zone, the movie, was in the 80s, and I have a Swiss cheese brain, so it's a coin flip. Oh, okay, so, a great start to the series, and I wanted to end with this. You guys know that I love whenever the people take risks, not only in the creative aspects of a show, risks in their acting. We had risks in camera work in this episode, and none greater, more rewarding, or just downright awesome than that incredibly cool shot of him running down the stairs from the projector booth. and smashing into that mirror. That was so well done. I'm gonna have to go back and watch that to see if there are any tells, like reflection tells or any focusing issues, because that was badass. That was incredibly cool. Again, that to me, that added the eerie to the episode. That added the fantastical to the episode. Even though it wasn't, it was just something that happened. It just seemed so jarring, and it was so delightfully so. Great stuff, friends. If this is any indication of what I have in store, I think, friends, that this is going to be a hell of a ride. But my dear friends, so far, so great. This is exactly the type of start that I wanted from the Twilight Zone, and if this is a glimpse of things to come, I can't wait to take this journey with each and every one of you. Friends, if you could do me a favor, hit that like button, smash that subscribe, ring that bell for notifications. It greatly helps out a small channel, and it allows me to alert you whenever it's time for Twilight Zone or any of our sci-fi fare. And of course, if there's anything that we do that you would like early or in its full-length format, the link to our Patreon is in the description. And if you're not a fan of Patreon, consider YouTube memberships. You'll get all of our episodes at least a day early. Oh, but that was then and this is now. And now, friends, unfortunately, it's time to say goodbye from the Twilight Zone. And normally here on the channel, what we like to do is, as we are the Greek chorus, we are the audience that watches the shows the creatives deliver. It is our reward to then, at the end of watching, to go back into the episode and say goodbye from a certain segment or a scene. But friends, I thought what we would do in this one is do something a little bit different for the Twilight Zone. And instead of saying goodbye from inside of the episode, let's see how the episode has changed us. Because friends, I hate to tell you this, we're up next. The next test subjects. It's our turn in the box. Until such time as we get to watch another chapter of what I hope to be a fantastic series, Vulcan roll, and I'll see you.